Hey, Tom, the inheritance meeting is done. I'm staying at Mom's house tonight as planned. I'll be heading home tomorrow evening after helping Mom sort through Dad's things.
Sarah, what? When did you say you were staying at your mom's? You didn't tell me earlier. How come?
What do you mean? I texted you yesterday about it. Mom needs help going through everything. It's still pretty overwhelming for her. She needs someone to be there for her.
Oh, right. I'm sorry. How did it go? It must have been tough.
Yeah, it was. I had to sign a lot of paperwork. The lawyer explained everything, but it's all so complicated.
How much did you get from your dad's estate? Did they give you a breakdown?
I inherited 2 properties, a condo unit and a house. They're both pretty old, though, worth about $500K total.
That's awesome. That's a lot of money. Wow. $500K? What are you going to do, sell them?
I'm not doing anything with them, at least not right now. Mom's still here, and we might need the money for emergencies later. Plus, both properties have tenants right now. I can't just kick them out. The rental income helps Mom with expenses.
Wait, what? So no money's coming in? Like, nothing at all? Not even a quarter of it?
Yes, that's right. Actually, I'll have to pay taxes on them. I'm letting the experts handle all that, though. There's a lot of legal stuff to sort out first. It's really complicated.
Are you kidding me? I was really looking forward to this. It's so much money. We could have done so much with that money.
Looking forward to what? My father's inheritance? He just passed away, Tom, and all you can think about is his money?
I thought we could at least go on vacation or something. Maybe buy a new car or something new at least. The timing would have been perfect.
Hey, that's not cool. I just lost my father. This shouldn't be about money. How can you be thinking about vacations right now?
Oh, I'm sorry. You're right. It's been a month already, though. I thought you'd be over it by now. Everyone has to move on sometime, you know?
I'm feeling better than before, but you can't just flip a switch on grief. It doesn't work like that. It doesn't feel good when someone's excited about my dad's inheritance. I think that's horrible. He worked his whole life for this. At least show some respect.
I said I was sorry. This is my first time dealing with inheritance stuff, too. I just got excited about the possibilities. I shouldn't have. I'm sorry.
Look, even though it's in my name, think of this inheritance as Mom's, okay? She needs security for her future. Dad wanted that for her. She needs this money more than we do right now.
All right, I got it. I'm just trying to look out for our future, too.
Though we might be able to go on a trip once things settle down.
Really? Where to? When were you thinking?
Mom mentioned wanting to take me somewhere nice once everything's settled. She says it might help both of us heal. We just need some time to get away from everything.
Sweet! Where should we go? Overseas, maybe? I've always wanted to visit Europe.
I want Mom to pick since she's paying. She needs this trip more than anyone. I already told her that.
Well, if we're going overseas, I should brush up on my English. Hey, can my parents come too? It'd be fun to have the whole family there. They've never been overseas either.
Maybe, but Mom's paying, so probably you should come. Just you, not your family. It's meant to be a family healing trip after all.
That's where you come in, babe. We can make it fun for both of them. My mom and dad would love to travel with your mom.
I'm not really in the mood for a big trip. Mom needs something quiet and peaceful. We wanted this trip to be just us and keep it simple.
I just want to do something nice for my parents. They'd love a vacation. We could all make memories together. Sounds nice, right?
If you want to treat your parents, shouldn't you pay for it? That's what makes it special. Using someone else's money isn't really treating them.
But I don't have the money. That's why I'm asking. What's wrong with sharing?
That's nothing to brag about. Look, we both work. Let's save up and take our parents on a nice weekend trip to a spa or something. It'll mean more coming from us, our own money. They'll probably feel weird about my mom paying anyway.
Nah, my parents don't care where the money comes from. They're pretty easygoing about that stuff, just like me. Your mom probably wants to share anyway.
Still, it doesn't feel right to have my mom take your parents. At least let's cover your parents' portion. We can start saving now.
If you inherited like 500,000, your mom must have gotten even more. It'll be fine. I'm sure your mom would love to take them. She's always been so generous.
That's not your decision to make. You should know this. Mom's finances are private.
Just ask her, okay? What's the harm in asking? Nothing, right?
Fine, but don't get your hopes up. And don't tell anyone about the inheritance. I mean it, Tom. I really mean it.
No worries, I can keep a secret. I won't tell anyone. Besides, money talk just attracts the wrong kind of people. Trust me, I won't say anything.
Tom, you got a minute? We need to talk. It's important. Please answer me as soon as possible.
Yeah, I'm on my lunch break. What's up? Is everything okay?
Your parents called me today about the inheritance money 3 times today at work.
Oh? What'd they say? They mentioned wanting to talk to you about it.
Why did you tell them? I told you not to tell anyone, Tom. You promised not to tell anyone. We agreed to keep this private. Why did you tell?
Come on, they're my parents. They don't count. They're family. What's the big deal? They won't tell anyone else.
You don't understand. I've got coworkers asking questions now. Your mom told her friends who told their kids. Now everyone at work knows. This is exactly why I didn't want anyone to know.
So what? It's good news, right? Nothing to be ashamed of.
I didn't want money talk getting around. Like I said before, think of this as Mom's inheritance. Now I'm getting weird looks at work. I didn't want to deal with something like this. People think I'm suddenly rich. Do you see why I wanted to keep it private?
But you're the one who inherited it. It's yours, not your mom's. Why do you keep saying that? Why does it matter what other people think of you?
Because that's how I see it. Dad left it to help take care of Mom. I'm just managing it. I'm only using the money for her needs.
That's not what the lawyer said, though, right? It's legally yours, all of it. You can do whatever you want with it.
Even so, I told you that I'm not doing anything with it right now. I told your parents that too. They asked if they could live in one of the properties. Well, actually, they demanded it.
Well, our house is pretty run down. My parents would be so happy if you let them use one of the houses. They've been talking about moving for years.
I've told you multiple times, these properties have tenants. People are living there right now, families with children. We can't just kick them out.
But you're the owner now, right? You could just tell them to leave. You could just give them a notice or whatever.
Even if I could, there are lease agreements. And I can't just kick out people who are paying rent on time. That's not right. These people have lives, jobs, kids in school.
They're just strangers. Why do you care so much? Family should come first. You're choosing random people over your in-laws.
Those strangers are providing rental income. What's going on with your parents anyway? After I said no to the house, they asked for money. A lot of money. Why are they asking for it?
They really want to move soon. Can't you help somehow? Their house needs repairs. The roof is leaking again.
I told you that I don't have cash available. The properties are assets, not money. Why can't they fix their own roof?
They're on a fixed income. You know that. They've been struggling.
They never mentioned struggling before, only after they heard about the inheritance.
Sure you do. Just sell one of the $500,000 properties. Problem solved. Everyone wins.
Are you even listening to me? How many times do we need to have this conversation? The properties have tenants with contracts. I can't just sell them overnight, and I won't do it.
But my parents need help. You could at least try. They're your in-laws, even if just by marriage. Don't you care about family at all?
My mom depends on this rental income. Have you thought about that? She just lost her husband, and your family is asking me for his money that he left her.
Your mom has plenty now. She can share a little. She won't even notice it. My parents really need this.
This is getting ridiculous. Yes, I inherited property, but I can't use it. I can't offer the houses and I can't give money. Is that clear? This isn't going to change no matter how many times you ask. Stop asking.
Just sell the property, then you'll have money and you can help my parents. Simple, right? Why are you making this so complicated?
Why are you counting on my dad's inheritance? Your parents have their own house and my properties aren't even new. They're older buildings.
Yeah, but they're newer than my parents' place. If you won't give them a house, at least help them out. Even with a little bit. It's nothing for you now. You're suddenly rich.
I am not suddenly rich. These properties need maintenance. There are taxes, insurance, repairs. It's not free money, Tom. Don't you understand that?
Stop making excuses. You're just being selfish. My parents raised me well. They deserve something nice.
I don't want to discuss this anymore. You're not listening to reason.
What? Why not? You always do this.
Do what exactly?
Shut down conversations when you don't get your way. You're being totally unreasonable.
You and your parents are being completely selfish. You see my father's death as a payday. It's disgusting.
What? How? We're just asking for help.
If I hadn't inherited anything, you wouldn't be asking for this. You never cared about your parents' house before.
Well, yeah, because you couldn't help before, but now you can.
If they were really struggling, they would have asked for help before. They didn't because they can manage on their own. They're not destitute.
That was different. Now you have $500,000. You're just choosing not to help. What kind of daughter-in-law are you?
I've told you I can't use it. Please try to understand this isn't a pile of cash.
Stop being so stingy! Your mom's willing to take my parents on vacation. Whatever. If you won't help, I'll ask your mom. She's more generous than you.
Excuse me? You're seriously going to ask my mom after she just lost her husband?
What choice do I have? I never knew you were so greedy. I want to do something for my parents, but you're hoarding your inheritance. Makes me wonder why we're even married. A real wife would help the family.
What are you talking about? You are being ridiculous. My mother is grieving. She just lost her husband.
Whatever, it doesn't matter. I'm done expecting anything from you. I thought you were different. I guess money shows people's true colors.
No, it really does. It's showing exactly who you and your parents are. I see it now.
Oh, I'm sorry. My parents really want to move. Can't we talk about this?
Going from me to my mom for money is insane. Mom's grieving even more than I am. How can you and your parents do this? Have you no shame? How can you keep on asking?
Your dad would probably want us to use the money to help family. Money's best when used to help others. He wouldn't want you to be selfish. You're dishonoring his memory.
Don't you dare talk about my father. You barely knew him. You never visited when he was sick.
I was busy with work, you know that. Besides, this isn't about him right now.
That's rich coming from someone who doesn't help others with their own money. You all just seem obsessed with money. When is the last time you helped your parents? When's the last time you even visited them?
Taking money? How dare you say that? We're family! Family helps family. This is normal.
Really? Your parents are constantly calling me at work, then hanging up. And I know they're the ones putting dog poop on my car. The security cameras caught them. Is that how family acts?
They're just frustrated because you're being so unreasonable. If you just help them, even a little...
Help them harass me? Help them stalk my mother? I am done with all of you. I want a divorce right now. This is beyond toxic.
Divorce, huh? Yeah, maybe that's best. I don't want to be with a greedy woman either. Maybe I'll find a wife who actually cares about my parents. Someone who actually understands family.
You're not even going to try to save this marriage? You're just jumping straight to insults. I can't believe you.
What is there to save? You've shown your true colors. My dad always said money changes people. I guess he was right. Now I'm seeing it.
So you agree to the divorce? This is what I'm reading, right? I'll contact a lawyer tomorrow.
Sure, we can get a divorce, but I'm getting my share of the assets. Perfect, getting rid of an abusive wife and getting money. And I won't settle for any less than what I deserve. Half of everything.
Abusive? Really? How am I abusive? How exactly have I been abusive? By not giving you my inheritance, can you please explain?
You've been emotionally manipulative, using your dad's death to make me feel guilty, turning my parents against me. I've documented everything.
That's completely backwards. You don't see that? How can you be serious? You're the one who's been manipulative, not me. And your parents have been harassing me.
They wouldn't have to if you'd have just helped them. This is all your fault. You forced them to take action. That's why I'm gonna fight for the money I deserve.
Are you seriously justifying harassment? What's gotten into you? Do you hear yourself? You should reread your messages.
Whatever, let's just get this over with. I want what's mine.
Fine, I'll start the divorce preparations. I'll have a lawyer present to avoid any misunderstandings. Everything will be documented. Everything.
Wow, even getting a lawyer. Must be nice having the inheritance money. Daddy's money makes you feel powerful? Is that what this is about?
Stop bringing up my father. This doesn't concern him. You didn't even attend his funeral. You said you had to work, and now you want his money? How unfair.
Don't start with that again. I told you I was busy. Besides, funerals are too depressing.
Unbelievable. Just when I think you can't sink any lower, you just did.
Whatever. Just hurry up with the divorce prep. I want this done fast. My lawyer says I'm entitled to half of everything.
Your lawyer? When did you have time to get a lawyer?
I've been planning this for a while, ever since you showed your true self. He says I have a good case.
Tell your lawyer the inheritance isn't part of marital assets. Let's save everyone some time.
We'll see about that. Everything during marriage is shared. That's the law.
Not inherited assets. But go ahead and waste money on lawyers. You won't get anything.
Speaking of money, my parents really need help with legal fees since this is all your fault.
And absolutely stop contacting my mother. If you continue, I'll report the harassment to the police. I mean it, Tom. I will. I have all the proof I need.
Whatever, just hurry up with the divorce prep. Time is money. And speaking of money...
Stop, just stop. We'll handle everything through lawyers. Don't talk to me about money anymore.
Sarah, my parents are coming to the divorce meeting tomorrow. They want to protect their interests.
Fine, I got it. My lawyer will be there too. Don't try anything, it won't work.
What's that supposed to mean? We're the victims here. Do you not get it? You've torn this family apart.
You did that all on your own. You and your parents. It was never me. I have all the harassment documented.
Harassment? Please! You're so dramatic. Those weren't even considered harassment. Always playing the victim.
The security cameras don't lie, neither do the phone records, or the police reports. I have so much evidence.
Police reports? What police reports?
Every incident is documented, every call, every vandalism, every threat. Scared?
Whatever. By the way, I heard your house burned down. That's your karma for being greedy. God is watching. Maybe this'll teach you to be more considerate to others. I guess you'll have to sell now.
Really? You're actually gloating about this. People could have died. They could have gotten seriously injured.
No one was hurt, though. Just property damage. Insurance'll cover it. Now you have no excuse.
Funny how you should mention that. The security cameras caught everything. Every single detail.
What do you mean? What cameras? There weren't any cameras. I didn't see any.
The cameras caught you and your parents setting the fire. Clear as day, all three of you. Time-stamped, HD quality. We can see it so clearly, I wonder what the police will have to say about it. Your family's finished. How could you do this, really? What were you thinking? Are you all out of your minds?
Are you serious? There were cameras? Where? You're just lying. You're just trying to scare us. There are no actual cameras.
We installed them just in case anything happens. The tenants reported harassment from you all. Remember all those late-night visits, the threatening notes, the vandalism, everything that you and your family have done?
Those weren't threats! Stop acting like a child. We were just trying to talk to them, to make them understand.
Until the very end, you have been so horrible. What if someone had died? It would have made you a killer. There were children in that building. How could you do such a terrible thing?
No, we made sure no one was home. We watched for hours. Wait, forget I said that.
How could you know for sure? What if someone came home without you seeing? What if someone was sleeping? What if someone was sick? What if there were visitors?
We checked and we made sure. That's not what I meant. Forget everything I just said.
You could have done something irreversible. So many lives could have been lost. For what? A house?
So, the police know it was us? They've seen the footage? All of it?
If you knew about the fire, you must have seen the police and firefighters. I gave them the security footage. They have everything now. Every angle. They can see it so clearly.
What happens now? Look, we were just playing a prank. It wasn't supposed to get so big. This was not serious. The fire just spread.
This isn't something you can write off as a prank. There will be both criminal and civil trials, even attempted arson, conspiracy, endangerment. The list goes on.
Criminal and civil? We're all going to jail? You can't do that to us. But we didn't mean to. It was just supposed to scare them enough so that they would leave.
Of course. Don't you know how serious this is? You could have killed people. This is definitely prison time, a long while, multiple felonies.
But it was just a small fire. We made sure it wouldn't spread much. Made sure that no one was gonna get hurt. It was supposed to be just enough to make them leave.
You setting fire to an occupied property is serious regardless of size. You're admitting to premeditation now, making it worse for yourself.
Sarah, I'm sorry. We just wanted to pressure you a little. The house has such a good location near the station and everything. We thought if the tenants moved out, maybe you'd let us live there. We were desperate. I apologize. I'm really sorry about all this.
I would never rent to you, no matter what. You're criminals, all of you. I don't want any of you in my life.
What should I do? What can I do? I'll apologize. I'm sorry. I'll get on my knees before you and the tenants. Please help us. I'll do anything.
Apologies won't fix this. You crossed a line you can't uncross. You did too much. You're all criminals now, and all of you will pay for your crimes. That's your legacy.
Well, Mom's the one who actually did it. I just helped a little. I just drove the car. I kept watch to make sure no one was in the house. She's the one who started the fire. It wasn't me.
A co-conspirator pointing fingers? Wow, I can't believe this. Really hitting rock bottom here, I can see it. Weren't you talking about being a good son? Why don't you take the fall for your mom then? Show that family loyalty you kept preaching about.
That's different. I don't want to go to prison. They don't deserve my loyalty anymore. This was all their idea. It's your property, right? Can't you do something? Drop the charges, please?
Nothing can be done. Absolutely nothing. The police have the evidence. It's out of my hands. I can't change anything now.
There has to be a way. Something. Sarah, please. I never really wanted to divorce you. I was just frustrated. I just got angry because you were so cold to my parents. I really regret everything. Please don't abandon me. Please don't leave me. I still love you. Please.
You were celebrating the divorce and excited about getting part of my assets, and now this? How pathetic. Scared about life after prison? This is all your fault. You'll lose your job and everyone will know that you're a criminal. Your parents too, all three of you. All because of greed.
I was just doing what Mom told me to. She planned everything. It wasn't even me. I got dragged into this. I still really love you. We can work this out. Start fresh.
If you loved me, you wouldn't have done this. You wouldn't have harassed me. You would have protected me from your parents, or stalked my mother, or tried to burn down a building. By the way, you were excited about the divorce settlement, but our joint assets are minimal. The inheritance isn't part of it, just so you know. Your lawyer should have told you that, but I'm just telling you just in case you didn't know.
What? It's not included, but we were married. That's not fair. I should get more.
So that's what you thought? That's why you agreed to divorce so quickly, hoping to cash in? I'm so glad I chose to divorce you. You're the greedy ones, all of you. Disgusting.
Please, Sarah, one last chance, please. Think of our marriage. Please reconsider the divorce. Think of my parents. They're too old for prison, please.
I won't help you, and I can't help you. You're all the worst people I have ever known. You did this to yourselves. It was never me. Goodbye, Tom. This is the end. Don't text me anymore.
Sarah? Sarah, please. At least answer me. Sarah? I'm scared. Please forgive me. I'll pay for the damages, but please help me to not go to prison. Please, Sarah, I'm sorry.
My husband and his family were arrested and stood trial. They received prison sentences, with my mother-in-law receiving the harshest sentence as the main perpetrator, though my husband and father-in-law were convicted as accomplices. The court deemed their actions extremely malicious, and they all went to prison. I finalized the divorce through discussions at the prison. Compensation for the burned house came from our divorce settlement, his wages, and his parents' assets. Their actions, which they tried to dismiss as a prank or minor incident, resulted in the whole family becoming criminals. I hope they properly reflect on their actions behind bars. I seriously apologized to the tenants and provided them moving expenses, helping them find a new place through my contacts. The only silver lining is that nobody was hurt. Though the fire damage was minimal, I decided to sell the house. Now I live with my mom. I thought money wouldn't change people, but I've learned firsthand how it truly can. Moving forward, I want to carefully plan the future with my mom and make sure I don't let money cloud my own judgment.